This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. Just days after the Pope signed the most important interfaith document in history, he had the opportunity to address global political leaders by video at the World Government Summit in Dubai. During his remarks, he once again stressed the need for global unity, and he encouraged those attending to embrace sustainable development. But he also stressed that sustainable development will never succeed without solidarity. Of course, most Americans don't even know that a World Government Summit even exists because the mainstream media in the U.S. doesn't really talk about it. But it is actually a very big deal. And obviously the Pope feels very strongly about what they are trying to do because he took time out of his very busy schedule to record a video message for them. World leaders are currently meeting at the World Government Summit, he said, taking place in Dubai from 10 to 12 February. In his video message, Pope Francis greets those participating in the summit and recalls his own visit to the United Arab Emirates earlier this month. "I encountered a modern country which is looking for the future without forgetting its roots," he said. "I also saw how even in the desert the flowers spring up and grow. I returned home with the hope that many deserts in the world can bloom like this." The World Government Summit is an annual event and it attracts leaders from all over the globe who are interested in a more integrated planet. Here is a little blurb about the summit from Wikipedia. The World Government Summit is an annual event held in Dubai, UAE. It brings together leaders in government for a global dialogue about governmental process and policies with a focus on issues of futurism, technology, and innovation, as well as other topics. The summit acts as a knowledge exchange hub between government officials, thought leaders, policymakers, and private sector leaders, and as an analysis platform for the future trends, issues, and opportunities facing humanity. The summit hosts over 90 speakers from 150 participating countries, along with over 4,000 attendees. In general, the Pope's remarks were quite similar to what we have heard before, but I thought that two buzzwords that he used were quite noteworthy. The Holy Father emphasized that we cannot really speak of sustainable development without solidarity. He concluded his message by thanking those taking part, and with the prayer that the Lord might bless their commitment for a more just and prosperous world for everyone. The phrase sustainable development has become a shorthand way of referring to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It is a 17-point plan, and if you read the entire thing, you quickly realize that it encompasses just about every realm of human activity that you could possibly imagine. It is not just a plan to fight climate change. It is actually a comprehensive blueprint for global governance, and it envisions a much larger role for global institutions such as the UN in the years ahead. But in the context of speaking about sustainable development, the Pope once again used the term solidarity. This is a word that he has been using a lot lately, and when he uses it, he is referring to the need for global unity. More specifically, he almost always uses this buzzword when speaking of the need for global religious unity. Recently, the Pope and the highest imam in Sunni Islam signed a covenant which boldly declares that Christians and Muslims worship the same God and that it is God's will that all of the various major religions in the world coexist peacefully. In the aftermath of the signing of that document, the Pope once again stressed the need for more global unity. Referencing the biblical story of Noah, the Pope suggested that in order to safeguard peace, we too need to enter together as one family into an ark which can sail the stormy seas of the world. This means acknowledging God is at the origin of the one human family. No violence can be justified in the name of religion, he said. Religious behavior, said Pope Francis, needs continually to be purified from the recurrent temptation to judge others as enemies and adversaries. The perspective of heaven, he said, embraces persons without privilege or discrimination. Without a doubt, this Pope is going to continue to push for global religious unity, and that has enormous implications. Our world is becoming a smaller place with each passing day, and many are deeply concerned about what this trend toward global oneness will ultimately bring. The Bible predicts global religious unity. The only entity that can achieve it would be the Pope and the Vatican. Those who object to the ecumenical direction will be marginalized and eventually treated as extremists. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Revelation 13, verse 8. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.